Stage 2 was drawn with Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson's Nissan, now 40 seconds behind the Toyota. In Class C, Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seelung have moved up 2 places, while the private entry of Leon Buerter and Francois Jordan have gained 9 places, currently lying 8th overall and 2nd in the class. As the cars leave the early morning restart in Nelspruit, we get a chance to see the route. The stages start near White River, heading in a northerly direction, but concentrated in the forest areas between Nelspruit and Sabi. Another 7 stages before a regroup and lunch break at midday. Leading the rally, both on the scoreboard and on the road, Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide look set to notch up yet another victory. Behind them, Nick de Waal has orders to go for the Toyota's times. The other 2 Sentras forming a backup should the hectic pace being set prove destructive. Sarl and France press on, their stage times well off the pace being set up front. Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seelung remain firmly in control of the Class C battle. Their closest rival, the Buerter and Jordan Golf, despite going well, lie over a minute behind on the scoreboard. Eric Sanders, recovering from time lost in Stage 3, charges back up the field. Another private entry doing well is the Alta Sky Bissett Toyota Conquest, currently lying 12th overall, having moved up 7 places. Without factory backing, these enthusiasts of the sport run their cars at a fraction of the cost, often using only 1 set of tyres per event, as against per stage. Nissan's intentions become obvious as the de Waal and Hodgson Sentra post the fastest time on stages 8, 9 and 10. Beating Serge, if only by seconds, means driving at the limit. In total contrast and in total control is Enzo Kuhn, who without the normal pressure from teammate Eric Sanders is able to drive at a fast but comfortable pace. In front of Enzo, on the open section to stage 10, colleague Serge Damso's troubles have just begun. A massive oil leak from the sump.
Okay, the fuel's halfway in the pipe. Oil. The oil is halfway down the pipe. We can go.
You can go. How long is that stage?
18 kilometers.
Is Anthony not at the start of that stage?
Hey? Anthony, can you hear us?
Word travels fast, and Nick de Waal gets fresh orders from team manager and brother Peter. The cat and mouse game begins. Behind Nick and Guy, Yanni Habig and Douglas Judd respond to the Toyota's anguish. Having put in times only seconds slower than that of Nick, Yanni overdoes things as he hots up his pace. Behind him, teammate Hannes Krobler responds as well. At the end of the stage, both Nissan score a time of 4 minutes and 11 seconds, 5 seconds slower than de Waal, but still 3 seconds slower than the smoking Damso Conquest. Despite his problems, Serge gives it all he's got. Under the pressure of the situation, he too is caught trying too hard. As long as the engine has oil, Serge has no reason to slow his pace. But the regroup is still 4 long stages away, and the cracked sump can only get worse. At the end of the stage, the service crews once again attempt a repair job on the Conquest sump. The heat and smoke making the task that much more difficult for the mechanics. Vito's incident report sheet is now going into pages.
Thanks.
So, while the drama unfolds for Toyota, Ford's Glenn Hall and Martin Buerter report on drama of their own.
Glenn Hall, a fairly serious accident there. Well, yeah, it is, Rob. Probably the worst I've ever had. Could have done without it, that's for sure.
Just briefly explain to us what happened.
Well, we were going down the first stage this morning, and it was flat in fifth gear, straight, with trees either side and quite close, and there was an unmarked sort of yump at a crossroads, well, turn off, and we hit that. I don't know what speed, one never knows, and the car went up the back end, sort of half caught it, landed on the next jump, and then it went end over end. And after that, it landed back on its wheels again in the road, still going. I thought I had a bit of control, and then we, had no control, obviously a flat tire after the roll. And then it rolled 4 or 5 times into the trees, ended up against a tree which fell across the road.
But you and Martin are okay?
Yeah, I've got a stiff neck, but I think we're pretty lucky, that's for sure.
Behind all of this, and unbeknown to most, the rally continues in earnest. Buerte's second place in Class C is soon to be under threat by a flying Eric Sanders and Thilo van Westenhagen. Chart van der Walt and Jaco van der Linde have driven unchallenged for the Class D title. With only 2 stages remaining before lunch, the pace is starting to tell. Hubbig and Judd pull into the control at the end of stage 12 with a flat rear tire. It's something they must pay for in time. Only seconds later, Serge drives his conquest through the control and out of the rally. The car's engine starved of oil and about to seize. Serge Damso is not a happy man. So the scoreboard after 14 stages tells a story of drama and disappointment. But the Toyota's departure sees the Nissan team in a position of strength. Only 2 seconds separate Grobler and Hubbig, a situation every team manager dreads. We asked 6th place and leading privateer Leon Buerte how the rally was going.
Yes, we're doing quite well at this stage. It's starting to count now, the fact that we haven't got all that many spares and things. So I'm keeping the car together, or trying to do that, and trying to keep in the picture.
Well, you're doing very well, and we're all behind you, so good luck. Hopefully we'll see you at the end.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. So, thanks.
After lunch in Sabi, the route swings south again as the competitors complete the final 7 stages of the NGK 400 rally. Only 20 cars remain.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Lying 3.5 minutes behind the leading Sentra, Johnny Hubbig can really only fight for the 2nd place from teammate Hannes Grobler, where no team orders exist.
100 crossroads straight on. 200 turn off left and right. 100 turn off left and right, sharp, very sharp. Keep it in. 300 post T left. T right. 50. T right slightly open. T right slightly open. 100 crossroads right. Crossroads right sharp. Sharp right!
The pressure is starting to tell. Running 5th behind the Ford of Sarah van der Merwe is the leading Class C conquest of NGK, followed still by the Buerte Jordan Golf. Skark and Sue Berger hold 7th place overall, their valuable 3rd in Class C position now under serious threat by the charging Eric Sanders, who despite rolling his car is hot on the pace. Jeff Sanders and Gary Schoof lead Class B unchallenged since the retirement of Nuno de Cunha's Skyline. and von der Linde still in control of Class D. With only 3 stages remaining, Nick de Waar's luck changes. A puncture early into stage 18 means he must complete the 11 kilometers with minimal control. Behind him, Jannie Habig and Douglas Judd get the times. The scoreboard tells it all. On stage 19, Nick de Waar, now leading by only seconds, hits a boulder, breaking a front suspension arm, literally giving teammates Jannie Habig and Douglas Judd the rally on a plate. For Nick de Waar and Guy Hodgson, Lady Luck has dealt a bitter blow. Hannes Krobler and Piet Swanepoel give Nissen the honour of a first and second overall, but the moment belongs to Jannie and Douglas.
We made a wrong tyre choice in the beginning of the rally, and we lost quite a bit of time, so we decided to consolidate our position at that point in time and just stay in 3rd or 4th position. And then Serge had a problem, and unfortunately Nick, when he was leading, also had a problem, and then we had Van der Merwe behind us pushing very hard, and Hannes as well, and we pulled a lead of about 35 seconds, and yes, we got to the end.
Nick and Guy managed an eventual 5th overall. Eric Sanders, in a dash for the line, overtook the 2 private entries of Buerter and Berger, who finished 7th and 8th respectively. Sanders and Schoof took Class B honours, while Chart van der Walt and Jaco van der Linde led Class D from start to finish. This programme was proudly brought to you by